back to another weekly vlog. Today is very exciting because I've got a trial shift. To give you a little recap on everything that's been happening in the job hunt for me, if you haven't been keeping up with the vlogs. Last week I had 3 interviews. One of the interviews was for an internship at a marketing agency, which is what I'm doing the trial shift for today. One of them was for a full-time role at a marketing agency, and the other was for a in-house social producer, content creator role. So the marketing agency that I'm doing a trial shift for today, a lot of their clients are food and beverage brands, so restaurants in Sydney, for example. So today we're going to one of their clients, so I'm going to a pub in Sydney and we're shooting some Reels content for their social media. So I think the purpose of today is they essentially want to see me in action, because I'm gonna be shooting some of the content, I think, at the venue, and then I'm coming back with the team to the office afterwards where I'm gonna have a go at editing some stuff. So I'm feeling fairly confident because that is essentially what I do now, just obviously with a slightly different purpose. But I've got the skills in the filming and the editing, so I'm hoping it should go well, and I'm hoping that they'll offer me a job. I don't really know what the time frame for this is, but I would absolutely love to work there. I think it would be such a cool job. Ready to go. This is my outfit, looking very colourful this morning. I didn't really get a chance to buy any new workwear before today, so I'm just having to make do with what I already own, but I did buy myself a more formal looking bag so I don't have to carry my dirty tote bag around with me. But this just so happens to be black as well, so adding no colour to the outfit. But yeah, my trial shift starts at 10, so I'm gonna head off now and wish me luck. Good evening. It is obviously quite a while later, but I honestly feel like I've only just regained the energy to update the vlog. Today was so much fun, but it was definitely intense. Even though I am obviously fairly confident in my filming ability, my editing ability, it's a whole different kettle of fish trying to do that in somebody else's environment, somebody else's way of working, if you know what I mean, whilst also trying to give the best impression of yourself. My brain is literally mush right now, so I'm sorry if my sentences aren't really making sense, but I'm really happy with how the day went. But I am a bit frustrated at my laptop, because I've had problems with my laptop for a while. Like for at least the last year, it's been getting slower and slower, and I've just put off buying a new laptop for so long because it's obviously such an expensive purchase, and mine does still work. It's just a bit slow, the battery's a bit crap. And today, this afternoon, made me really wish that I had just bought a new laptop sooner, because after we finished getting all of the content at the venue this morning, we went back to the office and we were editing some of the content in the afternoon, and my laptop was just refusing to cooperate, and it was just so not embarrassing, but I was like, of all the days, of course today nothing is going to work when I'm trying to prove that I do have these editing skills and I do know how to put a piece of content together. So that was quite frustrating, but hopefully I could still do enough to prove that I know what I'm doing and I do have the skills. I'm not 100% sure what the next steps are yet, so I think I'm gonna email them tomorrow morning, because I have a piece of content that I finished editing this evening to send over to them, and when I send that over, I think I'm gonna say, like, I really enjoyed my day, I would absolutely love to start ASAP if you want to proceed, and yeah, we'll just see where we go from there, I guess. I have some very exciting news. I emailed the agency that I did my trial shift with yesterday, this morning, and they've just got back to me and offered an initial 3-month contract doing 2 days a week, which is so exciting. I'm so relieved that I still managed to make a good impression yesterday despite all of my technical difficulties, and yeah, I'm really happy with what they've offered me. Even though I have been applying to a few full-time roles, the more that I think about it, the more I kind of come to the conclusion that I think starting out with some part-time work is probably the best way to go, because it means that I can still do the vlogs and do social media on the side, but not have the pressure of doing it full-time, which if you watched the first Sydney vlog 7 weeks ago now, is exactly what I wanted. So the next steps now are just finalising an agreement, and they said that they'll hopefully have that by the end of the week, and my first start day will be next Wednesday. I'll be doing both of my days every week in the office too, which is perfect because I wanted to be in an office. I haven't even been applying for jobs that are work from home because I really want the opportunity to work in a team and work in a collaborative environment, especially for this kind of creative role. So yeah, I am super happy that everything has worked out, and yeah, I think this is a great way to get started, I guess, in the next steps of my career. Good morning, it is Wednesday today. I'm so sorry about the birds outside. They're so noisy. This is Australia's version of a morning chorus. It's just cockatoos screaming on top of the building opposite us. I'm about to head to Pilates, but I'm packing myself a workwear outfit because afterwards I'm heading over the bridge to North Sydney to go have a meeting about potentially some ad hoc marketing work. For full transparency, this was organised by my dad through his connections, and even though I now have a part-time job, I still thought it was worth having the conversation because it's likely to be just a few random marketing jobs as opposed to a contracted position. And the job that I have accepted is only 2 days a week at the end of the day, so there is potentially time available for me to do something else part-time on the side. One thing I love about Australia is they have sushi places literally everywhere, and I personally think, oh my god, no, tip that out. I personally think the sushi here is really nice and a great little snack or to have for lunch because they do sushi rolls here. Like a lot of the sushi places will sell all the sushi like this, and it's just the best lunch ever. Since I got back, I've just been chilling, and I also just reviewed the draft agreement for my new job, which makes it feel very real, although the start date has actually been pushed back to the week after. So I'm not going to be starting next week. I'm going to be starting in 2 weeks' time, which is totally fine. Doesn't really make a difference to me, but yeah, so exciting. I've now got quite a busy evening. I'm just about to leave because I've got 2 flat viewings, and then afterwards Sid and I are going axe throwing. We've very kindly been invited by Mania X to have a go at one of their axe throwing sessions and also grab some food and drinks. So I'm excited to see how that goes. I can't imagine this is an activity that I'm particularly going to excel at. I'm sure Sid will do really well at it. He seems to just be good at all sports, but it's always good to try new things, and I'm sure it will be a fun evening regardless. Guys, I'm stuck in the fire exit of this apartment block. I've just had to ring reception, well not reception, the security, to try and come and get me. I'm very hot and flustered. I am absolutely mortified. That was so embarrassing. I'm still sweating from the entire experience because it was a really weird building, to be fair. It's clearly like a renovated old factory or something. I don't know, but the instructions to get to the apartment were not clear, and I ended up stuck in a fire exit because I could open the door one way, but as soon as I was in the stairwell, I couldn't get back out without a key. So I had to ring the estate agent, who then rang the building manager, who then sent security to come and get me. Oh. And the security guard, bless him, he was so stressed because they clearly made it sound on the phone like I was physically stuck somewhere, whereas obviously I just couldn't get out of the fire exit. I wasn't in any sort of perilous situation, but still I just felt so bad because it was just my stupidity that got me stuck there. I should have thought that I probably wouldn't be able to get out once I was in the fire exit. Anyway, the apartment was lovely, so maybe I'll apply, but I'm also worried that I have made an absolutely terrible impression on the estate agent. So I think it could either work really not in my favour or work in my favour, because maybe it will make me a memorable candidate when I apply. The one beforehand as well was nice, but it was kind of underground and smelt really damp, which isn't a good sign. I feel like if I closely inspected it, I would probably find damp or mold somewhere, and I've done enough living in damp, moldy student accommodation to last me a lifetime. So I'm probably not going to apply to that one, but I really liked the estate agent. She was really lovely, so I'm gonna keep track of her and see if she has any more properties come on, because she was super helpful and really sympathetic towards our situation and the fact that we're young, and she seemed really keen to help us. So yeah, I'm gonna keep an eye on her properties, but I don't know if I'm gonna be applying to either of those once I've just viewed, because I actually don't think I can ever step foot in that building ever again. I'm on 6.
So you need 18 to catch me.
Yeah. There is an axe throwing competition.
We're gonna form a team and go and join in a second.
We're hoping they recruit us.
Well,
I think we've got a good chance.
I think they might recruit me.
Yes, it's actually pretty good.
And maybe might leave you behind, but it's okay. You could be there to do their social media.
It is Thursday today and I have just signed my official employment contract. So as of just under 2 weeks, I'm starting work. Your gal is employed, even if it's part-time. It's better than nothing. And I'm so excited to start. I couldn't have found a better job. Like, it's exactly what I want to do in such an incredible industry, such incredible clients, and yeah, it's just the perfect way to get my foot in the door of what I want to do potentially long term. I also had another call this morning about a job which had been scheduled last week anyway, and even though I've accepted this position, I still thought it was worth having the call because that was about another part-time position, so there is the potential that I could do the two alongside one another because they both have a lot of flexibility. But either way, I just think having these conversations is such a good way to build a network, because one of the hardest things about moving somewhere new and then trying to find a job there, I've found, is having little to no connections. That's exactly why I had that meeting yesterday as well. Oh my God. The drilling just never ends in this neighborhood. Even though that was about some work that won't happen until the start of May, if it does happen at all, it's still good to build these connections, have these conversations, and that meeting was entirely worth it just for the view from that office alone, because it was the most incredible view of Sydney that I think I've seen since being here. It is really bloomin' hot today though. It's currently 32 going up to 37. Oh, it's currently 34 going up to 36. So now that I'm done with Pilates and my meeting for the day, I think I'm just gonna go chill out in the park because it's far too hot to be sat in this apartment. And then this evening, I'm actually meeting 2 of my housemates from uni potentially. My housemate Abby is currently traveling the East Coast of Australia and she's in Sydney at the moment. And obviously, as you guys know, Freya's been here for a while. So that's gonna be funny because it's gonna be half of our uni house in Sydney at the same time.